actually, tonight's training is going to be only on the spreadsheet. So no PowerPoint. It's going to be a hands-on training, and a lot of exercises for you I have tonight. So I hope you're ready for that. So if you are seeing this on your screen, you should take the link that I sent you. And I want to show you how to, for those of you who don't know how to do that, I want to show you how to go into File and choose Make a Copy. Because actually, I don't want you to work on the template itself, but I want you to create your own copy. Now that you have your template, you should have exactly the same spreadsheet as I'm sharing with you now on the screen. And the goal of this exercise tonight is for you to do the exercise. So we should do the exercises together. Okay, so tonight we're talking about our ideal client. After we spoke about our unique brilliance last week, and you see here the 4 tabs. One of them talks about our unique brilliance, and that's why we had to do the unique brilliance last week before we do the ideal client. So the idea is that the same way that we want to be aligned with our unique brilliance and offering what we're best at and what we can offer the best from what we know and not our excellence or competence or incompetence, we also want to align with our ideal client. And the question is, how do we identify who is our ideal client? How do we know, not just from a gut feeling or from an intuition? We want to have a proof of who is exactly our ideal client, and more than that, we want to rank it. We want to grade them and rank them and observe who are our ideal clients so that we can take them as examples and base all our marketing material on our ideal clients. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go, let me introduce you the 4 tabs first, and then we'll go one by one. The first tab is about listing. I said 50, I have 100, but you can have 10 if you want, okay? So the number here is not important. And also tonight, you won't be able to do all of them. I just want you to see the process, and then you can do them by yourself. So the goal here is to list some pain points. So I put here an example of my clients. Most of my clients tell me I don't like to sell. Okay, that's a pain point. Now, I wrote here, if you see, pain points in your client's words, meaning I want you to write here not the way you see the pain points of your clients, but the way they express it. Column B is the pain point, and then all the other column where we have A, B, C, D, blah, 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 those are names of clients. You have to fill this up with names of clients. So if you have 10 clients, 20 clients, you can add columns if you have hundreds of clients. And the idea is, for example, I just gave you an example here, one pain point. I have, in my case, like I don't like to sell, right? So I would have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clients that have the same pain points. And this, if you see already in the Excel, this is the sum of how many clients actually are complaining about the same thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, so each pain point is a line, and the goal here is to have a total and to see which is the pain point that is coming back the most. This is an exercise that needs to be done much closer to your notes or to, you know, your conversation with your clients. We list the client's pain point, we put the name of our clients here, and then we check with the number 1, the number of clients that have the same pain point. Okay, and as you can see here, it says list 50 unique and specific problems that your ideal client is experiencing. These can become an idea library for you to create content, meaning that this is the place where once we have the list of all the pain points, we can actually use this to have our weekly content calendar to take each line and write content on each pain point to say, okay, you would like to change work, Well, this is what I'm suggesting, right? Or you don't have a good style in French. Well, this is what I'm suggesting, right? So each pain point can be turned into a marketing message. So the second tab is about understanding the profile of your ideal client. Okay? So this is how it goes. This is where you put the name and the first name, which you had, by the way, on this line, on line 3, okay? The names that you had here, you want to bring them back here in this column, in those 2 columns. And here, if I stand on this cell, you can see that I'm taking basically the result, the total that I got here. It's the total per client. Yep. This should be the total per client, this one. Okay, meaning that this person, we want to know how many pain points we have. Okay, so so client A, for example, if they have, here I'm going to add 1 so you can see that the total is working. So they have all those pain points. Okay, and here I have 4. Okay, so those 4 pain points, I know that I'm answering 4 pain points out of 50, which is not a lot actually, but let's say I'm answering 4 pain points up to this client. Okay, so out of 50 that I can potentially answer, I'm answering 4 for this client. Now, column D, E, F, and G are questions that are very, very subjective. Meaning what? Meaning it's your gut feeling, it's your intuition, okay? We're trying to measure here intuition. So for example, we wanna know from 1 to 5, how much are you a hero to this person? It doesn't really mean, because it's not the results, okay, that you can get, it means the feeling of how they look at you as a hero, okay? How much are they seeing you as their hero? Meaning that they need you so much that, you know, you're really helping them and saving them. Okay, so we want to give a grade from 1 to 5. Okay, 5 being the highest. So try to do it with 1 example already on your spreadsheet, because you're going to understand more if you take an example. Think about 1 client and give a grade from 1 to 5. How much am I the hero? The second is, how much can I help the most? So it's a very subjective feeling, but I feel I can help more this person than this person. Okay, so from 1 to 5, how much do I enjoy working with? So you can answer a lot of pain points, but this is only about you answering pain points. But here we want to include also how much you're enjoying, how easy is it to get results, and how you feel that you can help them. And that's where we're going to have what I call the ideal client grade. So it's the most ideal. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to take the client that's the highest in the, you know, the best ideal grade client, right? And then we want to observe their profile. Okay, so we want to observe, you know, so I put here some information, but you can add your own, right? But we want to observe, you know, their age, if they're a man or a woman. So we want to have their age, where they live, what they do as a profession, what product they purchase from you, if it's a product / a service. Okay. I put things here that are relevant for me. Maybe they're not relevant for you, but let's say that the level of revenue is always a good thing. Okay, to know what is the level of revenue, how many years they're in business, where are they coming from in terms of marketing source. Okay, where did you find them? Was it in Facebook? Was it on the phone? Was it a word of mouth? What have they tried before they came to you? That's also a very good, important information. What has worked for them and what didn't work for them? Okay, so basically, once, as you can see, once we have identified with those numbers that the ideal client on top are the, like we said, the ideal client grade, like the best, the highest grade, the highest ideal client grade, then we go and we give more information. So I've even added here, but that's also because of my business, but you can add different things. Like what are their hopes and dreams, their fears, their frustration, their drive. The point is that we want to observe. We want to observe who is here on top so that we can recognize the profile. And then what do we do with this? What do we do once we have the profile? We look for the same people because we've identified them. We know how old they are. We know if they're a man or a woman, what language they speak, blah, 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 blah. And then once we have our profile, we can build what I call the ideal client avatar. Okay? Yes, this is what we do. We take all the information of the highest graded client, the one that got the highest grade, okay? And we build here the avatar. So my avatar is gonna be, I'm gonna give it a name. Is it a man or a woman? How old is he or she? What is the language, the location, the profession, the product, where they come from, blah, blah, blah. And here, I also wanna make the list of all the pain points that I'm answering them. So once I have, this is like an ID card, right? This is like your ID card of the person that you're going to proactively look for, because this person is the person that you're answering the most pain points, and it's the person that on average with all the grades you enjoy working with, they're considering you as a hero, you are bringing them results, and it's easy to work with them. So the whole, everything we did here in the tab 1, 2, and in the first 2 tabs is in order to get to our avatar profile. The last thing here is how do we translate the pain points into the unique brilliance? So this is what we did last week about the unique brilliance, okay? So for example, it's easier to understand with an example. Let's say that the total number of occurrence here of this pain point was 35, let's say, okay? So I have an example of I don't like to sell, okay? The expected result, meaning what are the client, what do they want? They being the client, okay? What do the client want? They say, I want to be successful in sales, okay? I don't like to sell. But the expected result, if I work with you, is that I want to be successful in sales. That's how they're going to phrase their expected results, okay? My pain point is, I don't like to sell. What am I ready to pay you for is, I want to be successful in sales, okay? What do I offer them, in my case, but then you have to do it with it. Discover that selling is an exchange of values. So remember the difference between what they want and what they need. Okay, so they want to be successful in sales, but what they really need is a different perspective on sales. So what is the real result that they get of this? We change their mindset about selling, and they're able to sell with authenticity. That is the real result that they get. But they're never going to say here, I want to change my mindset. No one is going to say that, okay? No one is going to say, you know, I want to sell with authenticity. No, that's me, you know, creating the title of my webinar, right? But that's not them. They say, I want to be successful in sales, right? So now that I have the expected result and the value, the question is it part of my unique brilliance? A, B, C, or D, right? A, unique brilliance, B, excellence, C, competence, and D, incompetent. So if I have, well, I don't think that D can come in. I don't think that D can be here, because if it was a D, you wouldn't be a pain point from your client. But let's say if they have a pain point and I can connect it to my unique brilliance, then I can sort this column. You have the instructions here. I can sort column F according to the unique brilliance, and then I will see which pain point I'm more uniquely brilliant designed to help. Because now I've basically given the full overview of the four tabs. The goal of tonight should be to get at least our ideal client profile avatar. That should be at least. I mean, the unique brilliance, that might be something you want to do, but at least to get some kind of ideal client avatar. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to fill in here your client's pain point, and to get to at least 10. Can everyone get to at least 10 tonight? Yeah, easy? Okay, so I'm giving you 2 minutes to get to at least 10. Okay, so do we have our 10 pain points? But the pain points are not necessarily complained. It's what they need. We need to express and write down the pain points the way they would express it, not the way you think they say it. Obviously, this is an exercise that you have to continue doing, right? This is not a one-time thing. And it's something that you have to always update with new clients and to always see how it, influences your avatar. But you can see how we can use this in our marketing. And this is really the base for us to know how to focus our marketing towards our client, our ideal clients.